Listening Part 5 Video Discussion Tips and Strategies. How to listen effectively. Listen in full sentence mode, not vocabulary mode. This will help you understand ideas more than specific words. Avoid focusing too much on vocabulary. Vocabulary is useful and important, but only for some specific questions. Listen and repeat ideas in your mind. This will help you absorb information and keep it clearly. You can take notes while you listen. You will be given a notepad, so this can help you keep information more. You can write notes in your language. The notes will not be graded. Make sure writing doesn't interfere with listening. Only write some words or key ideas. Put yourself in the situation, imagining the context visually, and putting yourself in the situation can really improve your understanding of the context. What would you do if you were in the situation and had this problem? This can help you answer better. What information to focus on? Understand the main topic of the discussion. Usually, three speakers are discussing an issue. Identify the speakers. What is their role? What do they want? What are they wearing? Identify the kind of situation it is. Is it related to work, school, the neighborhood? Focus on the questions asked and the responses. Identify each speaker's opinion about the issue. How does each speaker feel about the issue? This information will be related to the topic and what they think about it. Information can be indirectly related, so it does not have to be specifically said. Focus on ideas more than vocabulary. This will help you understand the questions and answers clearer. Ideas are related to the issue or the situation. Specific words will only confuse the answers. Vocabulary association. Try to connect words. Associate them. This will help you keep information and ideas better. So here we are in a listening part 5, listening to a discussion sample from the CELPIP website. And what we want to do here is we just want to listen. And again, we want to be practicing what our guide is suggesting. We need to be listening for full ideas. Then we need to be understanding what is the main discussion about. And as we listen, we need to focus on that. We need to focus on what each person says in relation to the discussion or what they think. And we can be repeating that information. And I would suggest we need to be writing that information, especially for this part. So let's listen to what kind of information we should be listening for.
You will watch a conversation among 3 coworkers, 2 men and 1 woman. They get together in a meeting room to discuss a new work assignment for one of them. This is Brenda. This is Larry. This is Tom.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely Tom, Brenda and I want to talk to you about presentations.
Presentations? What about them?
Well, we're the sales force. We do all the sales pitches. We meet with potential clients on a regular basis and show them our products and hopes to acquire new accounts. And we think that you should come on board.
You want me to start doing sales pitches? Look, I don't have the skills or the experience.
Tom, why would you say that? You started with the company, what, about a year ago as a sales assistant? Since then, you've worked in 3 different departments and you've done very well in all 3.
Absolutely. We've been talking with your past and...
So from here, we should be getting the main discussion. They're talking about sales. And it said here that Brenda and Larry, they are in charge of sales presentations. And they want Tom to join the team in those presentations. And the one thing we should get about Tom is that he doesn't want to do them. So that's the main part. And of course, the main discussion is about sales right now.
Current coworkers to get references, and they all speak very highly of you. You do beautiful charts, top-notch reports, and everybody really seems to like you. How did you manage that, by the way?
I don't know. I just help them out when they ask me for things. I try to give them what they need.
See, that is the mark of a great salesperson, identifying the individual's needs and delivering to their expectations.
Well, hold on, Brenda. Tom didn't seem particularly excited when we offered him the opportunity to start pitching. Now, I think it's important that Tom tell us exactly what it is that's bothering him.
So now Brenda said some good things about Tom. Tom seems to be very shy. We should be looking for how the people are acting as well. And he's looking shy and not very confident about this position that they are suggesting. And also now Larry wants to hear about Tom's opinion about this idea. And let's listen to the last part.
Well, it's a couple of things, really. I don't feel like I'm competent. What if they ask me questions about our product that I can't answer? Technical questions.
I'm sure you know more than you think you know. Plus, you're a great communicator. Now, I don't think there's anything here that can't be solved with a little bit of preparation.
Okay, I'm also not that keen on public speaking. I mean, I'm good one-on-one, but I remember even back in school when I had to do presentations, you know, when you start to blush and you're breathing heavily and your mouth gets dry and your palms start to get sweaty.
I think that you should attend some important sales presentations with our more senior sales representatives. I think that'll help you get some confidence and be more sure of yourself, really help you fight that stage fright.
I agree.
So now they're focusing in on Tom's. He says he's not a good public speaker. And then Brenda suggested that he should meet with some sales associates and see how they do presentations. And then Larry agrees.
A little observation, a little preparation, a little practice, you'd be amazed at how far it can go. You wouldn't believe how bad I was when I first started.
And now he's winning awards. You mark my words, Tom. You're going to follow in his footsteps. Welcome aboard.
So lastly they just make Tom feel confident and they suggest that he should join. So again, I should have in mind that this was about sales presentations and about them suggesting, well, Larry and Brenda suggesting that Tom should join their sales team. And just Tom not feeling very confident. That was the main part about that. And we should have in mind their different views. Tom's not sure. Brenda and Larry, they are sure that Tom should come. And that's the most important part to get just their different views and ideas about the discussion. Reading the questions. Read and repeat the question to better understand it. Focus on who the question is related to. Usually there are 3 speakers. Sometimes they inform you who each person is. Make sure to understand who the questions are about. Focus on the key words of the questions. Make sure to understand the connection between the question and the dialogue. The questions are usually related to the overall discussion. What is it about? How does it affect the speakers? The speakers' roles and their opinions. How do their roles agree or differ from each other? Overall suggestions for the issue. What can be concluded from the issue? Selecting the answers. Focus on the overall discussion. What was the main issue? What are each speaker's opinions about the issue? Focus on idea association. Avoid confusing what the speakers said. How do the speakers agree or disagree? Focus on vocabulary association. Often, answers are confused by providing similar words to the listening, but they don't connect to the question or have a different meaning. Answers can have synonyms to the listening, so think of similar words. Focus on meaning. Some answers require understanding of the complete context of the discussion more than specific information. So, we should understand what the overall message is about. Sometimes sentences can mean more than the words they use. For example, expressions, idioms, and slang. So after the video, you will be automatically taken to the questions. Here we have to choose next for this practice. And let's have a look at the questions. Again, we want to be using some of our strategies from the guide. So firstly, we have 4 minutes and your time is here. So when we read the questions, we're going to be looking for keywords. Department do Larry and Brenda work for? According to Brenda and Larry, okay? What is Tom's strengths? What is he good at? What does the company provide? Initially, so Tom initially feel, that's key, about the coworker's suggestion. Why do Brenda and Larry collect references? So why do they collect? What worries Tom about the clients? What does the woman want Tom to do? What do Tom's 2 coworkers convey at the end? So yes, you see here how each person, how they feel about the topic. That's important. And also what they suggest. Convey means suggest. What they think. So that's the kind of information we want, more than specific information. I see number 1 here is very specific, as in what department. So we need to, I think that in this topic, there was customer service, there was sales marketing. Now, human resources and technology, these 2, they weren't specifically said, but we could think that they are related, okay? Now, customer service, sales, marketing, human resources, they are all related, okay? And we can assume that they are. So here it's about selecting which one specifically they mentioned, okay? Now, according to Tom's strengths here, so here we have our answers and we have sales assistant for 3 years. We heard that information. Top quality reference letters, he writes. We heard reference letters. We heard writes. We heard top quality. He helps coworkers make beautiful charts. We heard helps. We heard coworkers. We heard beautiful charts. What is popular? He is popular with all of his colleagues. We heard that as well. So here is a question, and how most of these questions are, where we heard specific vocabulary. We heard all this vocabulary. So just listening for vocabulary is going to confuse us. As you can see, many lower level students will choose this answer just because they heard popular and colleagues. They will choose this answer because they heard helps, coworkers, and charts. They will choose this answer because they heard rights, they heard quality, and they heard reference letters. And they will choose this answer because they heard sales assistant and they heard 3 years. That's what many lower level students will do. They will choose any answer because they heard the words. So, to avoid that, we need to connect words, associate them. First, we need to be very clear about the question. We heard this question is about one of Tom's strengths. Okay, very important. And secondly, we need to, if the answer is sales assistant, is it that he was a sales assistant for 3 years? First, the full answer, associate all the words. And then, was that one of the strengths? Similarly, Associate the whole answer. He writes top quality reference letters. Was that specifically said, the whole thing? Not just reference letters. And then was that the strength that was mentioned, or one of them? So, again, don't choose answers just because of words we heard. So when we listen, we need to associate vocabulary. And when we choose answers, that will help us. So you can see there's 8 questions and 4 minutes. That is the end of Listening Part 5 video discussion, Tips and Strategies.